No one likes the IRS, and tax fraud is a huge issue. So you can be charged with tax fraud by either the state district attorney's office or the federal government through the U.S. Attorney's Office if you have not paid or filed taxes in many years. I should say not filed taxes, which can be filed as tax evasion, or if you have provided fraudulent information or omitted significant information from your tax returns. So for instance, if you have made $2 million, but you only claim that you made $1 million and you pay taxes on $1 million, you could be charged with tax fraud. And people get very creative with their tax returns, which is not a good idea for many reasons. So what do you do if you've been charged or you're under investigation for tax fraud? Well, obviously you call me immediately, right? But what are the consequences? If you are charged with tax fraud, it depends upon the amount of money involved. So in federal court, the federal sentencing guidelines go by amount of loss, and loss being the amount of money that you underpaid or underreported to the IRS. So depending upon the amount of money, if it's $500,000 or if it's $2.5 million, the sentence is going to vary. It's very specific, which is why you may need a forensic accountant to come on board during your defense so that you can make sure that the IRS is doing their job accurately and correctly. Now, how does the IRS get involved and where does this come about? So sometimes during a tax audit, they'll discover that there was fraud and there will be tax charges filed. But also, whenever there is a fraud case, the IRS agents are part of that investigation. So while maybe the FBI is investigating the wire fraud, the healthcare fraud, the IRS is there looking through every single number and making sure that everything was reported. And this is where a lot of people will get tax fraud added on to either a wire fraud or mail fraud case in some kind of a conspiracy, perhaps money laundering. Almost always in money laundering, there are tax issues. So if you are under investigation by the IRS or any of the federal agencies and you have been charged with a tax crime, call me immediately. I'm Diane Bass, criminal defense lawyer in Orange County, California, and my contact information is in the description below.